People, deluded. Now, with Arteta'S first game gone, I guess we might as well speak about what we saw, what we didn't see, and if we can. Now, disclaimer, obviously it's his first game. There's nothing he can introduce that we're going to see significantly within this team. I feel it'll probably take 10 games or so before you see anything close to a blueprint, but I'm more so looking personally towards when he hits the 5-game mark, either in all competitions or the Premier League, to kind of see what he wants to do. Is he direct? Does he like to play fast forward football? Beyond what we might know or assume already, he hasn't had long enough to coach, so we can't really speak about anything. But I do feel, I wouldn't say positives, I wouldn't say negatives in this game. It's a watershed moment, like you know, with Arsenal. We know the problems at this club. We know our current form. Within the context of our current form, how we've been this season, our last 2 games, specifically this game, there's been some encouragement. There's been the evident issues at this club, defensively and all these problems, but there was some encouragement. We might as well, I think Arteta would have learnt today, he needs to really preach the importance of smelling blood when you're having all this up. I think one positive but negative is that this is the first game in a recent minute we've sat here as Arsenal fans and we've not spoke about the lack of chances being created. It's more so the quality of the chances, because we created enough chances, had a decent amount of shots. Forgive me if I'm wrong, people. Forgive me if I'm wrong. We had a decent amount of shots and shots creation, but how much times did we really test Ramsdale significantly? How many times did we really take advantage of anything? Do you get it, people? We didn't really create anything. You can't really say we tested their keeper of such. So that is a positive in that we're starting to get the ball forward and play it. But I think Arteta, obviously being at City and there's a golfing class between the two teams, the importance of killing teams, because ifs and buts don't win football games. Fact is, we didn't take our chances. They did in the first half and scored 2 points dropped. But if we scored 2, 3 or whatever when we were on top of the game, could that have only been a consolation goal for Bournemouth? We'll never know. But I think that with that, you look at Dan Gosling's goal, midfield runners, we've got to preach the importance of being switched on at all moments and stuff like that. And being able to manage the game, especially when the opposition begins to take a foothold, something I believe Bournemouth was starting to do in their build-up to the game against us. I don't know how to make it make sense, but I think when we conceded, we kind of slipped back into old habits. I feel we was passing the ball forward we was playing quite positive in the game, but I feel specific to half time, I feel as soon as we conceded, we started just playing square passes. People stopped making anything sort of a run, and that, I guess that comes back to psychological issues. Like the fact that we obviously played forward. I feel the midfielders in particular today were good, central midfielders in Torreira and Lacazette, Granit Xhaka. I felt there was a great emphasis in more importance of whoever is closest to the ball trying to win it back, and then obviously marking up properly and surrounding that guy as much as possible and winning the ball back and trying not to get caught on the counter. I saw an improvement in that, people, just an improvement in application. I don't know personally whether that's down to a new manager, whether that's legitimately Arteta's tactics, a new manager and people playing for shirts. Maybe that is just what happened in this game. I don't know, people, but that's something I'd take. So I saw that. Saw a greater emphasis when it came to playing out from the back with our centre-halves in Leno. There were some problems, and really the goal we conceded came as a result of us playing out from the back. But I think there was more intent. There wasn't just playing out from the back for playing out from the back's sake. Like there was a purpose to it. Wouldn't say there wasn't necessarily a flurry of expansive passes, people, but it did look like people weren't afraid to play that difficult pass. Like you see the Luiz pass, for which Lacazette should have finished his dinner in the second half. I was seeing collectively players try and play that difficult pass. On the counter, we have to improve. Finishing, we have to improve. Smelling blood and managing games, we have to improve. But based on this game, at least away to Bournemouth, is what I thought I've seen, and what I wanted to see, just basic application and trying, because although we didn't get 3 points, you could see certain encouragement. And I did feel there was a philosophy to get the ball forward. Within that 4-2-3-1, it appeared that he was deploying. And I feel Xhaka and Torreira, for Torreira, it's no coincidence that he's playing in his position and he's playing amazing. And for Xhaka, I feel Xhaka had a good game. And I feel should be encouraged by the comments that I've made the video on in relation to his new manager. Maybe a bit of that's the good form he's been in which, in my opinion, he's been in since he's come back into the first team after a little bust up with fans. Maybe a bit of it is he's just playing well because he wants to leave. Maybe a bit of that is because Arteta's comments have kicked him up the right way and he wants to repay the guy's faith. Who knows? Obviously, there's still evident problems within the team. We still potentially need to find balance with our front three. All our problems are not going to go away anytime soon, but it's about moving in the right direction. Just as to whether we've moved in that direction is another story, but for now, people, deluded. I'm out. I'm not going to bore you anymore. Comment, subscribe, and do the rest.